You guys see this? So this is a workout app that I've been using, Ladder. This is a grid for over the past 6 weeks. This shows that I've completed 20 workouts in the past 6 weeks. Anything that looks like this is so motivating to me. Just a simple thing to track what I've been doing with just a few dots that, look like a calendar. This has been one of my big goals over the past couple months. I've been feeling better. I've had some health issues postpartum, and there's been these really great moments where it's been resolved and I feel great and I can get back to working out. And so I've had, those moments over the past couple months. So I was like, I'm going to get it on this next challenge. I'm going to get the stupid badge. I worked so hard for this dumb freaking badge right here. Let's go. I very rarely want to start working out, but 80% of the time, once I'm in it, I'm so glad that I started. I'm jamming to K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack and I'm just getting it. By the way, if you haven't seen that movie, watch it. It's incredible. So I feel like I've been doing all of these like sprints in my life of just pushing, and then I complete it. And then there's this like sadness, actually. You would think that this thing that you've been pushing so hard to achieve and you finally achieve it, there would be this like blissful, the extreme amazing moment. Maybe I'll be a little cheesy, but it's more about the journey than the destination, I guess. But it's kind of what I wanted to talk about on this Sunday video is, in a way, I am unfamiliar with this feeling. So for a year, maybe a year and a half, I really pushed to try to get this studio setup done. This course on, hey, how to look better on camera. Content is king, right? Content is everything. So whether you are going into your video conferencing calls at work, or you're creating content online, or you have a podcast, you want to make sure you show up right, have the right gear, know how to do everything. And if you want to get that set up quick and you don't want to go down all the YouTube rabbit holes, you can check out studiosetup.com, right? But I'd never done anything like that before. And so that took a lot of effort. But once it was done, there was like this sadness to it. And then, hey guys, I finally got another main channel video out. If you haven't watched that yet, please go do it. It's my epic vibe coding video. I've gotten so into coding with AI recently, and I actually ended up building something real. You can go to studioinspo.com. And it's like Pinterest for studio setups. I just wanted a place for just beautiful A-roll shots, right? Super niche, but that seemed doable. That seemed like a doable vibe coding project, and it turned into something so much bigger than I ever thought it was going to be, because a lot of people tell you, hey, build this thing in a weekend. Super easy. Took more like 2 or 3 weeks, but that's okay. I had so much fun while I was in it. And then I finished it and I was just like, oh. And it's this new feeling for me, because for, I would say, ever since 2020, I had been struggling the way I was doing YouTube. I finally took YouTube seriously, and that instead of most of my energy going towards, okay, how do I make this video the best for the brand, and how do I make a video that also I would enjoy? Like, those were my two focuses, right? From 2016 to 2020. And that worked. It was stressful, but it worked. But the thing missing was I really didn't care about the YouTube algorithm. I wasn't a good YouTuber, quote unquote, but it was working. Everything was working. But then I got more concerned about like, oh, let's take this seriously. Let's actually be concerned about the algorithm and views. And so all of a sudden I had to worry about, hey, what the sponsors wanted, what I wanted to, make in the audience. But then there was this third pillar of like, hey, let's actually try to get this viewed by 100,000 people instead of 40,000 people. And I didn't know it at the time, but that added a ton of stress, just because I've had phases where I have full-time employees, I use freelancers, but I had to incorporate much more help in order to accomplish like those 3 pillars, and it was just so stressful. And it got to the point where making a video was not awful. I don't want to call it torture, because my personal life has been a shit show the past couple years. So I don't want to make it seem like more extreme than that, but it was just like this pool of anxiety that I kept I was just swimming in it and I couldn't get out of the pool and I was drowning. There you go. That metaphor worked. And I became very familiar with this feeling where every part of making a video was kind of miserable, but then the feeling of finish it, oh my gosh, I got this crazy relief. I was so happy because it was done. And so I don't know if I'm articulating this well, but now I find myself in the opposite position. And so it's this very new thing that I don't know if I need to get used to it or if it's okay to get used to it. I don't know if it's okay, but it's new. Where now, while I'm in the middle of it, making my thing, whether I'm vibe coding a website or making a video I'm really excited about, I'll be stressed, of course, but I don't have this never-ending anxiety. I don't have the elephant on my chest feeling anymore, which is great. And there's a lot of things that I've done to make that happen. But now, when I'm like done with the thing, instead of being like so elated that I'm done with it, I'm kind of like actually just sad that it's over. So it's reversed. Before, I was so miserable on the journey the majority of the time, and then I got it done, I was so happy. And now it's like I'm actually genuinely very happy while I'm doing these projects, studio inspo or studio setup, kind of. It's not my natural state to sit down and write. I don't like the writing part, but the making of the videos and building a community and making a product, like having a direct relationship with my customers, like I'm actually a big fan of that. So for the majority of it, for that journey, yeah, I like it. And then when it's like done, I'm kind of like a little deflated. And so the same thing, even with the workout situation, man, I was so stoked to have a goal. And I push and I push and I push. And let's be honest, when you have a goal that's hard and you're pushing your body hard or you're mentally pushing yourself, it is such a great distraction. So when things finish, I have these moments where like I'm reminded of the grief and the hurt. So it's half that, but the other half is like, oh man, that was a lot of fun making it, but now it's done. So I got to find a new thing. And it's all of those things, and it's very messy, and it's just a new thing that I'm getting used to. But I guess I'm getting better at enjoying the journey, and it's not about the destination. And so it's a cool place to be where I am enjoying the journey now. But I guess the part I got to work on is when you complete a thing and things go quiet again, you're not pushing yourself, and you're not striving. Being okay with that state too. And I know the natural thing to say about that is like, oh, Sarah, chill, slow down a little bit, blah, blah, blah. But that's never been me. Like, that's literally never been me. And so I'm okay with always having things to aspire to. And like, I'm actually very happy in that state. So it's not that I'm searching for this totally different lifestyle that is advertised on Instagram of just like living a slow life and, whatever. But I started with an idea for this video, and I'm not going to land this plane. I can already tell you that because I'm already contradicting myself. I think I'm actually very good at waking up and going outside and smelling the roses and noticing small things and being grateful for small things. But I think I'm just living kind of in this weird barbell life of like extremes and non-extremes and figuring out, is this okay? Basically, the point is, I am a different person now. After all the stuff we've gone through in the past 2 years, I am not the same Sarah. Some of it is sad and some of it's good. Like, I am I think I am more of a managing person now. That's something that my therapist told me when I was like really beating up on myself. She was like, Sarah, you've done this and you've done that, and the way you've prioritized this. And she just said, you're a managing person. And I always kind of view myself as kind of a wreck, like this ADHD mess, anxiety-induced tornado. But, you know, in that moment, I was like, you know what? You're right. I am a managing person. I can manage things. But I'm just a different person. So I think, yeah, what I'm trying to figure out is like living with this new version of myself. And okay, there's some things I want to tweak, but there's some things I'm good with, and there's just new realities that I have to deal with. And the way I'm handling work now is actually the way I've been wanting to do things for the past 5 years. And I'm actually proud of myself. And I'm proud of myself for finishing a personal project and seeing it through. And so I'm just in new territory now, and there's some things that I got to get better at. And I got to get better at idea hopping. It's fun to be in the stage where I'm just kind of like doing these things that I want to do, but hey, let's see some things through. Okay, you finished studio setup, and that's awesome, Sarah. Good job. But let's prioritize some time to actually make some dedicated content that would be good at promoting it. You know, I'm not good at finishing a thing and then being like, "Oh, let's be responsible and for the next year, how are you going to work on SEO? How are you going to make some Instagram videos and some TikToks to do?" You know, you can't do it all, but you know, I think I'm going to venture back into just like working with more freelancers maybe on helping me, but doing a better job at laying down the law at what I expect of people, so everyone's expectations are known, right? If you want to watch a more focused video that has nice B-roll and you learn a lot, go check out my main channel video about vibe coding. It's a 45-minute mega video. It took me way too long, but I'm proud of it. And it's so funny. I'm the type of YouTuber that's like, I'll have a couple thumbnail and title ideas for the initial launch, and I put it out there, and if it works, and I just let it ride. But for the other half of the time, it doesn't work. And so I'm probably one of the only YouTubers who within the first 24 to 48 hours of their video, that's when I start to get really focused about tweaking titles and thumbnails. So that's been my past couple days, because it initially just completely flopped. But now it's out of my graveyard of videos where, you know, I posted some random videos this past year of like my favorite baby tech and wearing a continuous glucose monitor and stuff, where I knew that wasn't something that my core audience really cared about, but I still wanted to make those videos. So I was fine with them not getting, you know, the expected views. But this is one of those videos where I'm like, oof, no, I got to give it a little bit more love. And so for the past 48 hours, I've just been like changing titles and thumbnails or whatever. And finally it's out of the bottom 3 videos, and it's on the way up that, you know, 10 out of 10 ladder. It started 9 out of 10 and now it's 7 out of 10. And the views are looking more similar to my like real videos, which is good. So yeah, go watch it. Let me know what you think about it. Feels good to have it out there. And yeah, I'm going to work on some of the boring parts. I'm going to get more images uploaded to studioinspo.com. I'm going to build more into studio setup. There's some, you know, I had like 60 people in there, which is actually really cool. Seeing people's setups and the results have been just like actually very rewarding. But now that I actually have customers and I see what are some like things that they're asking about, I'm excited to make some more videos for that course. I'm going to keep feeding value in there, but again, those are the boring things that, okay, this is where discipline comes into play. The ADHD fun brain, oh, it's fun building, but once it's out there, okay, have the discipline to stick with it. So I think that's what I'll be working on. And also, yeah, this new Sarah, where things just feel different. And that's okay. I think that's okay. All right. Let me know if you like this video. Hit that subscribe button down below for new videos every single Sunday. We're keeping it going every single Sunday. Look at us. Look at us. Okay. Stay beachy. Bye.